Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bowl with Value. I'm Valerie Bercier, and this week we're going to do another two-ball comparison as requested in the comments. The Scorpion Low Flare versus the Scorpion Strike. Stick around and see how they compare.
This brings up by 12. Pass it. Really good look.
And we are back here at Sherman Bowling Center. I picked lane 2 this week. We're going to compare the Scorpion Low Flare, which has a hybrid cover stock, and I believe the factory finish is 2000. So it does look pretty dull coming out of the box. And then I'll switch to the Scorpion Strike, which is supposed to be a skid flip. It has compound on it, I believe, and it's a pearl cover stock. Different RG, different differential. I mean, I don't even know how it's the same ball, but it's cool. I mean, I like the Scorpions. I had the one that was like the original one a while ago. I'm not even gonna say that I'm warmed up right now, because every time I do, I don't throw it good. So should always pretend I'm not warmed up. I swear, every time I'm like, yeah, I'm lined up, already got warmed up, I'm ready to go, Runaway Brooklyn. So that shot wasn't bad. You can see, so quality shot, number one, pretty good. Reaction now, you can see that it was smooth off the spot. Didn't hit the friction and boomerang off of it. Slow response, and that's what low flare, low differential means. It just means lower, well, slow response doesn't necessarily what it, that's not exactly what it means. It means lower hook potential. So typically you're gonna see that it's not gonna hook as much as some of the other bowling balls that you have in your bag, but it serves a purpose. So that one, I got it to the friction, and it like tried so hard to respond, and it did. Wrap 10. Came in behind the head pin. Just a little too much. So what does that mean? It likes a little bit more oil. It's got that hybrid cover stock, little 2000 grit. I'm gonna just throw it there again and see if that was kind of a fluke or if I need to make a move. Let's see. I'm trying to hit about 17, 18 at the arrows. Okay. So I didn't get it to the friction. So my guess, because it came in late, I need to scooch a little further right. See if I can square up a little bit. I'm trying to make the ball work too hard. And that makes sense. I might be able to be there with the pearl, more skid flip bowling ball, the Strike. But we'll see. Okay, let's see. I have two right with my feet, 1 or 2 right with my eyes, depending on how it feels and what I feel like the shape should be. So that means I'm going to be looking at, 16, 17. Oh, hit 17, 18. Ah! I got it in. I'm not striking very much with this one right now. Well, it's not called the Scorpion Strike, is it? It's called the Low Flare. That's hilarious. Once I attempt to I'm hitting the pocket, so that's a good thing. But once I attempt to get lined up and strike with this ball, maybe I'll actually strike with the Scorpion Strike. Okay. I'm gonna move one more right. 22, 15, 16, 1 and 1. Oh, got it right. Okay. If I were bowling for score right now, this would not be an option because kind of frustrating to throw it decent and it not respond, or at least like, okay, so when you, pro tip, you guys seem to comment and say you like the educational stuff. If you have to throw it perfectly, it's not the right ball. Okay, that's the pro tip. You want to be able to throw it decent and still strike. Maybe it's a little wall shot 7 light strike, or a trip 4 is like best strike. Is it me or is it the ball? Okay, I'm gonna switch. Just gonna switch. Maybe I can get lined up the low flare after this. I'm gonna stay on the same spot, 21, hit around the same area and see what this does. What did I say? It's exactly what I mean. It's exactly what I mean. That wasn't like a miraculous shot. It was a typical shot that I had thrown with the other one that I just kept getting 9 with. So what does that say? That just means that right now the low flare, the other one, this is the shiny, this has compound, it's a pearl HK22 cover stock, just means the low flare is not the right ball right in this moment in time. Could I make it work? Probably. So maybe once I throw this one a couple more times, I might be able to sniff a strike with this one. That happens sometimes because you're going to see a little transition. Let's do that one again. Maybe if I were bowling for league, or bowling league for a score, I would be using this ball right now. That's 2 strikes, and it's not like I threw it perfect. All right, so let's talk about this ball then. This one is it's HK22, like I mentioned, 2.506, so a little lower RG than the low flare and higher differential because it's a higher flare. And I can actually tell on my bowling ball. I wish I could have like you zoom in. I don't know, maybe you'll be able to see it. These ones are spread apart more, these flare lines, compared to these flare lines. They're like almost touching. Hopefully you can get a catch of that on the screen there. So that's also what that means. So if it's high differential, high flare, and it has these have the exact same drilling layout on them, then you're gonna see that on the ball. Kind of fascinating. That was something that I learned a long time ago. So higher differential, higher flare, meaning you're gonna see a lot more of the bowling ball on the lane, more hook. So this one, let me move 2 left from that shot, see if I can strike with it a couple further left. Oh, I don't think so. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I moved 2 left, did not throw a quality shot, and struck with the scorpion strike. So funny. Okay, what else did I want to say about that? Oh, goodness. Well, let me try one more time with this low flare. These ones, this ball's typically better on like a medium house pattern. Maybe it needs a little bit higher volume where I can keep it in front of me more and not try to shape it. My game likes to shape it. So I like to just naturally, I've been working on keeping it in front of me more. So let me try that and see if I can get it to get the corners out. Straighter. Okay. I'm so glad that worked because then it kind of shows that I might know what I'm talking about sometimes. Not all the time, but that makes sense. I was straighter through the front, didn't ask it to do more than what it's supposed to do. That's what you're gonna typically do with the Scorpion low flare. Or if the pattern's forcing you to hook every single other ball that you have in your bag, you need a low flare so that you can keep it in front of you and it's not going to be so uncontrollable. So I will keep this in my bag because there's going to be a pattern, even if it's a house pattern, that is going to ask for that type of reaction. All right, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the review and comparison of the Scorpion Strike and the low flare. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and leave us a comment. Let us know if there is anything within the brands of Brunswick you'd like to see compared or reviewed. And that's where we got this idea. And don't forget to share it with your league friends that are in the market for a new bowling ball. So with that, we'll see you next week. Ooh, still striking.